Jasmine Nicole. Welcome and welcome back to Wait with Jazz. I'm telling you, I love to see fitness in work. I love to see fitness at work. And what I mean by that is they were out here doing their thing. I don't know. I think this is like a class of people trying to get in shape, and it's hosted by the fitness coach. This is what I'm assuming. Um, Based on, the different body types that were out and the drills they were doing. And, that was just like super refreshing. Like to see that, just to see fitness at work. People trying to change their health, people trying to align with fitness. They out here doing a thing. And I was almost inclined to go ask who I, assume to be, the host of this event or the instructor or whatever the case is, about, how can I get in on this? You know what I'm saying? Because it's definitely something I would be interested in doing. It's fun out here, um, getting some drills in just to do it. I'm pretty active, in my fitness life, but I would love to do some drills, get out here and be social and involved on a fitness level. Why not? But I'm like, you know what? I'm cool, actually. I I'm gonna let that be, and just continue to do me. You know what I mean? Um, I already got my steps in for the day, and today is an active rest day. So I didn't do my certain level of weight training. I just did squats with my weights, and I did my steps. On weight training days, I do the whole bit. I do a whole round of multiple exercises with weight, and in addition to steps. Today, my active rest day, I just do my steps and sets of squats, and that's it. But one thing I'm telling you right now, be completely consistent and adamant with them squats, baby, weight training in general, and getting above 20K steps. And I'm gonna speak to the 20K plus steps. Um, I'm gonna continue to speak to that because that really kind of changed the game for me mentally and physically without strain. It has given me a certain level of endurance and maintenance. Like I know, like you got to know your formula that works for you, your maintenance formula. This is my maintenance formula and body recomposition. You know what I mean? I'm not like really super focused on losing fat and gaining muscle. I know what's going to happen with my routine, but I'm not like zeroed in on it, zoomed in on it, and like obsessed with that idea. No, but I know it's something that's gradually going to come because body recomposition is long term. That's something that's gradual effect that happens during your maintenance as you are increasing the calories consumed and increasing energy expenditure through training. See, I have to be able to eat at the level that I do eat. Mind you, I eat 1.5 meals a day. I center it in some certain window, but within that window and what I'm consuming, which is whole foods, I still have to consume enough of my protein and fiber to satiate me, and maybe a little bit of the other 20% to satisfy me. This is my life and my maintenance to match up with the level of energy that I dish out every single day so that it eventually balances itself out. I'm losing slightly, just enough fat, gaining muscle, body contouring, glutes lifting. All this stuff takes time. It takes time over practice. time over tension, which is, which is a term in body recomposition, but you can still, apply it in how I'm explaining this right here. Time over tension, patience, and consistency. So let's say I'm taking in 1,700 calories or 1,800 calories. Let's just say that, because some days I probably do end up getting that. At a point I was in, when I was trying to, get the inflammation off, I was really trying to do 1,300 calories and still maintain my level of expenditure. I got to that weight range, and that's fine. But to further excel maintenance and body recomposition, I I eat at a certain level. I eat beyond I know I eat beyond the 1,300. I eat beyond the 1,300 calories in a good way, in a healthy way, and I love that. But if I was on a weekly GLP-1 at a high dose, if I was on a weekly 7.5 instead of a once a month 7.5, I would not be able to consume the certain amount of calories that I needed to consume so that it could benefit me through training. Meaning it benefits me during my weight training and cardio every day. I am dishing out a lot of energy every single day. Every day. At the end of the day, steps are got every single day, and it is 20 plus. I'm way above it, and I'm okay with that, but I see what it's doing to my body. I see how it's benefiting me in body recomp. I see how it just makes my body feel good, and I feel regular. I feel fit. I feel regular and I feel fit. And that's because I am slightly losing fat, gaining muscle, and toning at the same time without feeling deprived and have lack of energy due to not eating or due to excessive fatigue from not monthly, from a weekly injection, which is why I prefer the once a month injection. Because when I'm on the once a month GLP-1 injection, I don't have the side effects. I still can consume a certain amount of calories. The way that I do like to eat, I still can do that on the once a month. I can't do that on every week. But I don't need to worry about that because the every week injection was pretty much so that I could lose the weight. I'm not in the weight loss sector of things. Okay, I'm in the maintenance and body recomp sector, which is different and more welcoming to more calories to consume on a regular basis because it's a lifestyle thing. I don't want to go through living my entire life every day completely stringent and Xing out all types of foods because I'm thinking of a calorie number when I can eat my healthy way because I don't eat trashy ways anyway. Like I can eat in volume with my whole foods and hit the high calories, but still end up being worked down into a slight deficit because of the energy I'm dishing out. Just doing 20 plus K. I could count on 300, at least 300 of them calories decreasing. And that just puts me in a deficit without me trying really hard because the deficit came from the steps. So, I know a lot of folks want to be probably fearful a little bit on increasing the step count or maybe even not as consistent with just the 10K by itself. But if you're trying to take it up a notch and break stalls or really trying to see a difference in body recomposition, increasing the steps definitely does make a difference, and you will see it. You will see the difference. And even if you can't increase the steps, if you can stay consistent on getting the 10K, at least 10K, if you're in maintenance, even if you're not, but I'm speaking from the maintenance angle because I'm in maintenance. So 10K matters, but above 10K does even more. when you're in maintenance, as far as the idea of eating more and still not really affecting the scale as far as the increase. You're eating more, benefiting more without affecting the scale for an increase. You know what I'm saying? So because I'm in maintenance and body recomposition, I'm really not trying to affect the scale like that. You know, if it happens, it happens, but I'm not. And I feel like the best strategy for me to not affect the scale in that way, but to continue to feel good and healthy, feel strong, feel energized, is to continue doing my 20K plus steps, eating my whole foods in high volume, fasting, eating my food in a certain window, and that's it. Like, and that seems to be working just fine. I'm gonna be honest with you. The supplements that I take have GLP-1 properties. Also, the foods that I eat are GLP-1 friendly to target trigger the natural GLP-1 that's in my body, to try to extend the natural GLP-1 in my body. It's not going to do it on the level as a regular GLP-1, but it does help. Focusing on fiber and protein. I'm focusing on beans, lentils, you know what I'm saying? Whole grains, veggies, protein pastas. You get what I'm saying? Like plants. Plants carry fiber. Plants carry GLP-1 properties. Plants carry GLP-1 properties, as well as fruit. So I completely embrace fruit and vegetables entirely. Not a day go by and I'm not going to consume fruits and vegetables, period. Even if I had no knowledge of it being, GLP-1 um, appropriate, I'm still going to consume it because it's just of all the micronutrient properties it possesses. Like, I don't understand how people can really live without eating vegetables and fruit. Like, that's why, that's why I embrace veganism, vegetarianism from the jump. I'm just a pescatarian right now because I'm eating some fish. That might change. I might end up shifting off of fish and seafood and be back into just solely vegetarian. Like, that's pretty much how I've been living my life. I eat more fruit and vegetables, grains and all that than anything. God's food, grain, God's food. So I don't, I really don't see any negative responses from this. Now, I'm still, mind you, I'm still not on my once a month injection. I told y'all, I'm gonna push the 90-day mark. I'm 60 plus days without it. I'm pushing 90 days. 90 days, and then I'll inject again. 90 days, and then I'm gonna weigh myself. I'm gonna weigh well, at the end of this month, I'm gonna weigh myself to see if your girl still maintain her 125 to 135 mate range, primarily at the first tier, 125 to 130. But when I weighed myself previously beforehand, was this weeks ago or whatnot, I was still in the early tier range. So we gonna see at the end of this month if that still applies. Taking my supplements, doing everything that I'm doing, the 20 plus K steps, whole food, plant based, pescatarian lifestyle in volume, fasting, 1.5 meals a day, sometimes 2 meals a day. See, and see how that goes, and see what response it does on the scale. I'm just interested to know But as far as everything else, my body, how I'm feeling like this is something that just can be permanent, honestly. But I'm trying to see because I got underlying inflammation situation. So I'm trying to see if what already on my routine, everything that's already in place without the once a month is still going to be able to appropriately manage my inflammation if I decide to go without the injection altogether. Because my injection for me is inflammation management because I know I have underlying inflammation issues. So, for which, my water pills help to assist as well. I want to see if just my soul supplements maintains my situation to keep my inflammation under control, which will have me remain in my maintenance weight range. Um, to give you an idea without me officially weighing myself, okay, I fit my underwear slash my thongs. I'm gonna be specific. I fit them the same. I fit them the same, and because I fit them the same, I know my range is still where it needs to be. I know there is where it needs to be. I expect my thongs to just lay on me. That's how I like my thongs to fit. I like to sit on me. I don't like to feel a cut. I don't like to feel it shifting into my sides or anything like that. I like it to really lay on my body. If it starts to be too snug and it's not laying properly on my body, then I know I'm gaining. It's laying the same way on my body. It's laying the same way on my body doing 20K plus steps, weight training, 4 days a week, with one of those days, the fourth day being a progressive overload day, for which I don't increase the weights, I increase the routine. So instead of doing one round of the weight training that I do two entire rounds of all my exercises plus my steps. And that is my overloading weight training day. And I've been doing this for a while now. I see, it's really making me feel good. I'm feeling like really fit. Like I'm feeling like energetic even more. Like I'm just feeling like sis, this is you. Like sis, this is you. And whoever don't like it, it's okay. As long as you like it. As long as you like it, love. Like for real. I'm not here living for anyone but Jesus and myself. You understand? That's who I'm living for. And I'm going to make sure I'm healthy and in a right fitness alignment to feel amazing and to continue my lifestyle without strife, you know. And let me speak to food noise. I'm have to sit here and say, I honestly think GLP-1 has regulated my hormones. My ghrelin is regulated. Ghrelin is not an issue. That's the hormone that prompts you to eat, the hunger hormone. You're hungry, ghrelin is going to start responding. Ghrelin responds when it needs to respond. I often sometimes got to prompt it even without being on it. And that is probably because I fast. It's like a number of tools that I feel trigger GLP-1 properties. Fasting is also one of them. So I fast and I eat GLP-1 friendly foods as well. And then my level of steps every single day, I'm sure that prompts hormone regulation in a way as far as the appetite is concerned. But definitely my fasting. I fast, I fast the entire day, and I eat towards the later afternoon. That's when I start to break the fast. Towards the late afternoon, sometimes depending on the day, I end up breaking the fast in the evening. So it can be anywhere from 1:30, 2 o'clock to me breaking the fast at 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, leaving me a shorter window to eat. Not much room to do too much more, but I can still eat the things that I appreciate without going overboard because I know I have a cutoff mark. I'm not going to keep eating into, the late hours of the night. I have a cutoff mark. So it's a shorter window and that's done. You see what I'm saying? And then I get up the next morning and I burn more calories. So I really feel like my body is constantly in a fat burning mode. Yo, I think my body is in a constant fat burning mode. With the way my tools are working in my routine. Fasting, GLP-1 friendly foods, 20 plus K steps every day, weight training 4 days a week. And I'm still here sitting, often looking for something else to do because I get my routine done in the morning. It's probably like on days off and stuff like that. My routine probably ends up being done by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm up and out, ready to go do something else with my day. Okay, go be social or whatever, and I end up going to take further walks. I end up going to run errands, and I end up accumulating even more steps. And it's like my mind is not even on the accumulation; it's just on the consistency of maintaining everything, consistency of maintaining my routine, and consistency of maintaining the intensity of my routine. Although it's not intense to me, to others, it probably is viewed as intense. To me, it's not intense because my body now is conditioned through training. It's conditioned through consistency for me to live like this. Even if I decide to take one complete day off without doing anything, steps or weight training, but I don't, that's just not me. I'm a person who likes productivity. I'm so used to doing steps in the morning. I don't know how not to do them in the morning. So it's like a non-negotiable. It's just like I brush my teeth. I'm gonna get the steps unless I'm ill. And if I'm ill, I'm still gonna brush my teeth. But you get what I'm saying. It's on the lines of teeth brushing. I'm getting my steps, and it makes me feel good. Like I feel unproductive, and I don't know. Even if I'm not swole, I feel more swole if I don't get my steps in for the day. Like I feel like something's missing. Um I feel like I'm not balanced if I don't get my walking in for the day, yo. And that's the mindset that a lot of people should be in. Because once you start really reaping the physiological benefits of walking, you will understand and you more than likely will be able to relate to what I'm saying. Walking is everything. And increasing the level of walking does so much more. But as long as you're walking, please continue to be consistent in walking. It's going to do nothing but benefit you mentally and physically. But especially if you're trying to harp heavy on the physical benefit, you need to be consistent with them 10K steps and bump up the steps if you can. Bump, especially if you're at a lower weight. My weight is low, so my steps need to be up there anyway, so that I could balance properly my fat burn. My fat burn is not at the level of someone who is larger, so my fat burn decreases. my energy got to increase. So me being at my weight with 10K, I'm not going to burn as many calories as I would. I wouldn't burn as many calories as a person who is much heavier than me would doing a 10K or doing 8K, because I'm like in the 125, the 130, 35 range. It takes more for me to burn. And that when you come into maintenance and at a certain weight, you're going to also see that it's going to take more input energy, excuse me, output, more energy output for you to burn more calories. So in your mind, just keep stepping. That's why steps need to just be an ongoing thing. And then moving around gradually so that you can just further increase your NEAT, your non-energy, excuse me, your non-exercise, what is it, NEAT? Non-exercise activity thermogenesis, I believe. Just moving around, lollygagging, and further increase your NEAT. But with the intentional steps, the intentional exercise, make that a priority every single day. Make the steps a priority every day, and then just lollygag around for the rest of your day to further increase your NEAT. This is what I've been doing. So, my NEAT is all the way up here. Because my steps is up here, and I just like to stay active. I think that's the thing. You kind of got to be in this mindset of staying active, y'all. Like you're in a different ball game now. You're not the inactive and low productive person that you were when you were obese and overweight. Now that you have gotten to maintenance, you are now an active and productive person. So you need to remain active. You need to really change your mindset to be the new you that you are, and stop being in denial, because you are new you. You are a fit you, and you need to understand that you are a fit you. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to live like a fit person. I'm 125, 130. I need to live like a person who's 125, 130, 135, 130, 135 pounds. I need to live in that mindset to continue to maintain. Because this right here is not just going to maintain itself by itself. I mean, it can if you can, stay in a deficit. But I'm not that person that's going to stay in a created deficit, meaning that I'm not relying on steps to create a deficit. I'm just going to create my deficit and just restrict calories. I'm not living my life like that in maintenance. Living my life on 1,200 calories, no exercise, and just being deprived. Like that's not happiness for me. I'm gonna be real. That's not joyful for me. Okay. But what is joyful for me is dishing out a certain level of energy that creates a deficit in my maintenance calories that I'm consuming, to gradually put me, you know, in that body recomposition lane that I'm aiming for. But at this point, I'm just maintaining. I want to make sure I'm maintaining and make sure that as much fat is extracted off of me as possible before I get everything done with Sono Bello. And I know you guys hear me talk about that often. You're probably like, when is this chick getting Sono Bello done? Okay. Look, I don't know about y'all, but everything for me comes from my pocket. And this entire procedure is being funded from my pocket. So it's planned out, and it's not going to be done until May of next year. But by the time it's done, that is the finishing. I'm not going to say that's the finishing of my body recomposition, because I know I'm just going to continue to maintain, and weight training and all that, and You more is going to end up being revealed as far as maybe abs or whatnot. Not sure once my stomach is snatched, and because I already see little cuts and stuff right now, and my stomach is not snatched. So if my stomach is snatched, I know that I will be able to see more, and then my work that I do on a regular basis is going to end up exposing more through body recomposition. But that pretty much is like the wrapping up of it for me. Is getting that non-invasive cosmetic alteration done to pretty much snatch my stomach and lift my lower body. So to get rid of the loose skin or whatever. That's where I'm at now, and I just want to make sure I don't gain any additional weight up until then. Because often people will have stuff scheduled. They'll have a procedure scheduled, but then they end up gaining weight up to that procedure, and then not saying that the procedure can't be done, but kind of push back the effects a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It is more that needs to be done. I'm just trying to make sure that I help it out as much as possible. I want to make sure that I have enough fat extracted by me through my routine and all that as possible up until the day of the procedure. Okay. Make sure and just ensuring that I'm in that maintenance range, not continue to be in that maintenance range all the way through. And setting that far date, time goes by faster than you think. And it also is just an encouraging factor and motivational factor too, because I have something planned. I have something I'm looking forward to. I have something that I don't want weight gain to interfere with. So that is just another point to make sure that I'm in line with my maintenance. So yeah, I know that was a little long-winded, y'all. This is what I wind up just be talking off the dome. So wanted to give you guys a recap on how things are going so far and how good I feel. And I'm hoping that you're feeling good too, and for you to continue on your weight loss routine and journey, your maintenance lifestyle, and your body recomposition journey. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Be real.